Minnesota leading by 5. Morant, pass to Edwards. From 17 feet out. Oh, it drops in.
Well, he's such a natural talent. Has all the skill needed to produce at a high level.
And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. A different look for Denver. Aaron Gordon's checked in for Johnson. Watson comes in for Strother. And it's Christian Braun in for Hardaway. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Davis is checked in. Jokic. Oh, the baby hook. Nice.
Well, when you need a bucket, run the offense through Jokic.
Here's Morant. Here's Hayward from deep. Jokic pulls it down.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
The triple drop.
Man, those were massive points from Brown. They really needed that.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Timberwolves. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Edwards. Davis with a screen on Brown. Edwards can't get the three.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Outside Watson. Now Jokic. To tie it up.
Well, what else can you do against Jokic but get as physical as possible defensively?
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. And he's unable to get the second one. Minnesota has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Edwards against Brown. Outside Hayward. Edwards a screen on Murray. Here's Morant. Oh, what a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Murray against Hayward. Jokic with a screen on Hayward. Shot clock at 6. Now Jokic. Passes it in.
Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Reed sets a screen. Morant. Edwards. And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves able to keep the possession. Six on the shot clock. Morant. Brown against Edwards. He knocks down the jumper.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count. Well, that's the way Murray can create chances. That's why you want him with the ball in clutch situations.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
Edwards buries it.
Well, he probably didn't need the fadeaway. There's an example of style.
And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win. And now that they're up 3-0, winning this whole series is well within their grasp.
You think it's only a matter of time, but the postseason is all about expecting the unexpected. They need to stay focused and finish strong.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Well, AD, it was a closely contested game. Congrats on the win. What would you say is the mood of your team currently?
Feel great. We knew it was going to be a tough game for us. They made a lot of tough shots, and we just wanted to defend. I think Coach called some great plays for us. We made some big-time stops. We came out with the win tonight.
Well, Coach will always make sure this team has defense at the top of its priority list. Thanks, AD.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, that'll do it, folks. Glad you could join us for the Western Conference semifinals. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Ja Morant.